Hello and welcome back to the Footy Casuals. So today, Brian is not here. It is just me, but we do have a guest. It's a good friend of mine. His name is Luis, and he is a huge Real Madrid fan.
Hello everyone. Nice to talk to you all. My name is Luis, and like he mentioned, I'm a huge Real Madrid fan. I've been since I had memory, and yeah, I'm excited to be here and talk about some football or soccer.
Whatever you call it.
All right.
uh, yeah. So for this one, since me and him are big Real Madrid fans, we're gonna talk about everything Real Madrid for this season on. You know, summer transfers and upcoming
Mhm.
season and all that good stuff. So to start off, the biggest thing I want to say is we lost Benzema. So
Mhm.
how did you feel about the transfer? Like when you saw it, did you think it was actually going to go through? And what were your thoughts?
Um, well, at first, I'm not going to lie. At first, I thought it was fake. Like I thought, hey, Benzema already like renewed the contract. I think he already renewed the contract with Real Madrid or something like that. So I thought, I don't think he's leaving. Um, he's still like, yeah, he's 34, but I think he still can give us at least one more year, and maybe then he can leave. But yeah, dude, I was in shock, but at the same time, I wasn't, because like it seems like every day it was becoming actually like a real thing, and like especially after how much money they offer him. So I was like, I guess it is true. And the next day, it happened. And like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I did feel a little sad, but at the same time, happy for him. He already gave us so much, and I know this past season he was pretty much injured most of the time. And, he wasn't like the previous season where he was just scoring goals and goals. But I think, like, maybe he saw this opportunity to kind of like, this is where I want to end it. I had done so much with this team. Like, basically, now he's the second top scorer of our team. And, yeah, I was sad, but at the same time, like, I think that just happens. And I'm happy for him. And hopefully he succeeds where he's going. And I mean, he's going to be facing his old friend too, Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm actually want to watch that game when it happens. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I think about.
Yeah, I don't know. When I saw it, I was hoping that it wouldn't happen. So I think
Mm-hmm.
he was the first one, right? Like, if I'm not wrong,
Mm-hmm.
that went over
Mm-hmm.
there. I think so. So when he went over, I was sad because I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
bro. It's just Benzema. When we lost Ronaldo, Benzema kind of filled that
Yeah.
role, and then now we lost Benzema. So I just really like. I started liking Benzema a lot. Like after like everybody left for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, and
Mm-hmm.
it made me sad, bro. And it still feels sad. Like it doesn't look right seeing him in another
Mm-hmm.
jersey.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't look right to me. But it makes me
It doesn't,
sad.
man. Yeah, I mean, he was with us for like more than 10 years, I think.
Yeah, I think they got him
And
in
like,
'09.
yeah, oh no. And like, yeah, I mean, like, I agree. Like, I feel sad, but at the same time, like, I think, he's making this decision by himself. And, I think he is content with the decision he made. Like, he has done so much to us. Even though, when he started his career, like, I think, like, the fans, the people hated him. Because, like, oh, why are you not scoring so many goals? Or why are you doing this? But at the same time, yeah, it's all about time, like, I know our fans can be really impatient sometimes, but like I think he was a good example, like being patient and everything that will get there on time, and he did. He responded when he needed to, and he gave us like so many championships. So yeah, I was sad, but I mean, it's going to be fine, and I think like we still definitely need to find a gap to fill his position,
Oh
because like when Ronaldo left, man, like you're talking about a guy who scores 50 to 60 goals per season, and now that Benzema left, someone has to like at least maybe top or match that, or so I think it's going to be tough. um I don't know if they're bringing Mbappe. I know he's not a forward, but I know he scores a lot of goals. I don't know if he can fulfill the gap. But we'll see. Those are rumors. But Benzema, yeah, like I'll definitely will miss it, especially his plays. His plays are just like magic. That's how can I
yeah.
say it. His plays are magic, bro. He was not your typical forward.
No, yeah, no, he wasn't. Honestly, he really played his role well, like a number 9, right? So he scored, he assisted. It's just he went out
Hmm.
on top. Like he's our number 2 top goal scorer, our number 1
Hmm.
assist maker. So he went out on top for sure. And it's just crazy because you were talking about how they hated him at first. And I remember when it
Hmm.
was him and Higuain, and
Higuain, yeah.
I remember when they sold him to Napoli, I was so upset because I liked Higuain. But in
Yeah.
the end, I think they made the correct decision keeping him over Higuain. No
Yeah.
disrespect to Higuain because I've always liked Higuain.
No, no,
Yeah,
he was really good, dude. Like,
yeah, for
honestly,
sure.
I wasn't sad when they sold him, but I was like, oh, interesting. I wonder why they sell him, you know. But I guess maybe making space for Benzema.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, definitely will miss him, man. But I think like he gave us so much joy, and I think like the best we can do is like remember him as a legend of the club. He definitely did. He now is one of the him and Marcelo are the I think the first two players who had the most trophies in Real Madrid history.
yeah, yeah. They're tied.
So that's another feat, and plus the Ballon d'Or, of course, too.
Yeah,
So
of course.
yeah, man, he won everything.
Yeah, he did. Honestly, yeah. It just makes me
Yeah.
sad that he didn't win the World Cup. He was kind of robbed of that, but
I know, man.
it sucks. But it is what it is. It's just
It is, yeah.
yeah. I feel like they'll always devalue him. I feel like they'll never take him
Mhm.
as serious as other players. Like in your opinion, all right. So not
Mhm.
like 'cause I know we're Real Madrid fans, so we could be biased, but they say
Mhm.
that Thierry Henry is the greatest French striker of all time.
Mm.
So
Oh.
where do you put
Mm.
him up there? Like if you had to compare them two,
Oh.
who would you put on top? Because it's kind of hard. Because Benzema is a different kind of striker than Thierry Henry
Yeah.
was.
Damn. So that's a great question, man. I mean, I got if I remember correctly, I got the opportunity to see some of Thierry Henry, like career. I also that's why I became also an Arsenal fan, because of him, because he was just such a good player. I watched YouTube videos about him, so I never basically I only saw the highlights. I didn't have the chance to actually keep following his career. Even after he went to Barcelona, he's like, "Oh, you're going now with Barcelona? Okay, I'm not going to see you anymore, right?" But that's a great question because I mean, you're talking about like one of the best French players, and I feel like Benzema probably for me is probably the best, because I got the chance to see him actually play, more than Thierry Henry, like I think like yeah, he may be biased, but I think like I will say Karim Benzema, like I don't know, man, it's not something about him, like I like that he's not your typical forward, and that he would just go and help the midfield to create those plays, and or access the winger, or just to give that support to the team, so he always will try to find solutions within like the field, and I guess I didn't have the chance for me to see that in Henry or Thierry Henry when he was in Arsenal, besides the highlights. So yeah, I think like it may be bring some controversy, but I think like I'll go with Benzema on this one as you know the top scorers or like French strikers.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people that always go with Thierry Henry, but I mean Benzema at the moment is the most decorated French player of all time, so he's won the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
trophies, and
more than Zidane, bro.
yeah,
Too.
more than Zidane. Yeah, I mean Zidane's up there. It's funny because most people say
Yeah.
that Zidane's the best French player of all time. They say
Hmm.
that, but I mean Benzema has to be up there. That's what it makes me happy to
Hmm.
know that we got two of the best French players of all time, and they played for
Hmm.
Real Madrid, and they're legends in Zidane and
Hmm.
Benzema. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. And it looks bad, like we're gonna say Benzema because we're Real Madrid fans, but he did it all. Like I know Thierry Henry
Hmm.
started off as a winger, but he wasn't your typical like his playstyle isn't like so like how a recent player like Bukayo Saka, right? So he attacks and he
Hmm.
defends. So he's more of
Hmm.
a not a winger, but like I guess like a left and right a midfielder, I
Hmm.
guess. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And Thierry Henry was more of an attacking player, so he wasn't like
Hmm.
Benzema in the sense of Benzema assisted and also scored. So he was kind of a multi-dimensional player in that
Mhm.
type of way. So I just feel like he is the better player. But
Mhm.
like, not to take away from Thierry Henry, because Thierry Henry, of course, he's like one of the
Yeah.
greatest players ever, and to play in the
Yeah.
Premier League.
Definitely. Yeah, and I mean, he played with Arsenal, like with you had teams like Manchester United, Liverpool, and he was literally like killing it there. Like he made Arsenal like, and of course the whole Arsenal team during those years it was great, but like he put Arsenal in the top, and I think that's something that he deserves a lot of respect as well, and considered to be one of the best strikers ever. Because I mean, I remember like as a kid watching their videos, who is this dude? Why he's always coming up in these videos? I was like, oh my God, who is this dude? Like just to see these crazy, like fantastic plays and like, goals that he will make. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I didn't have the chance to see as much of his career. And of course, when he went to Barcelona, I was like, oh, okay, bro. Like, but yeah, I mean, I saw Benzema like since like, like they start like he started playing with Real Madrid, and I saw his evolution. So I mean, he was the basically the one of the best strikers I probably had ever seen.
Yeah, very true. Well, since we're on the topic of French strikers,
Mhm.
so
Mm.
Benzema is gone, and what we've been hearing for a while now is Kylian Mbappe to Real Madrid, and again, this happened last summer. So before we talk about this summer, let's go back to
Mhm.
last summer. So last
Uh.
summer, all right. So I'm gonna lie to you, bro. I was so in on it. I was so sure. Everybody was saying he's signing, he's signing,
Everyone.
he's signing.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Everyone.
I think even Fabrizio Romano said that he was signing. I might be wrong. I think he was on the edge. He didn't want to say yes or no, but it looked like
Mm.
he was. Um, but I was so excited. I was like, all right, he's coming, this or that. Like he's about to be a free
Mhm.
agent. And then
Mhm.
I remember that day. I don't know if you remember where you were that moment when you find out when the internet went crazy. I remember I was on my way to work.
Mhm.
I was on my way to
Mhm.
work, and it was like, "Oh, Mbappe resigns," and I'm like, "What?" I was like, "They said he's gonna leave." So I was
Mhm.
disappointed, man. I was upset for a while. I was very upset
Yeah. No,
with
I
it.
mean, I agree, dude. I mean, okay. So going back to last year, right? That was your question.
Yeah.
So like you, I was like, this is it, because like before the season ended, there were already talks. It seems like he already said yes to Florentina. It's like, hey, that's my dream, right? As a kid, like they all know about that picture of him with Cristiano Ronaldo, all Real Madrid, and it was set, man. It was set. I was looking forward to it. Like, I was happy for him most of it. I was due, like, like everyone wants to be in his shoes, like playing with the for the best team, right? Like, you know. So when it happened, like it wasn't going to be true, like that he decided to stay. Like I did get mad, bro. I'm going to be honest. I got mad. At one point I was like, screw him. Like it seems like he's showing wants to like or giving more importance to the money that like kind of like coming here and play for like a better team, like a better history, and like, I don't know. I think he messed up by choosing like to decide to stay. But at the same time, I wonder if the owner of PSG put a lot of pressure on him. Even the freaking I don't know the prime minister or
Well,
like
it
the
was a
president
president.
of France.
Yeah, it was a president.
Yeah, like I guess he talked to him like to tell him to stay in Paris. Like probably that was another pressure. His family also was kind of like dividing. They wanted him to go to Madrid. So I think like those three things, like maybe add some pressure to him, like oh, like maybe I should stay here and have some history with this team, make them win the Champions League. But I mean, it's 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 uh it's so complicated when you buy so much famous players to one team and you can not still win the Champions League. Even though you have the best player right now, which is Kylian Mbappe in your team, that doesn't guarantee you like a Champions League. And I'm not going to like compare him with Cristiano Ronaldo, but it took a minute for Cristiano Ronaldo to win a Champions League with us, right?
Yeah.
So like it wasn't like oh right away when he like I feel like we knew it wasn't going to be as soon, but eventually he did.
Yeah.
So I think like my pay like I was definitely like upset, really mad. At one point, I didn't want him to come anymore because I feel like he betrayed us. If he was true, if he was texting to with the president and he was saying like, yeah, I want to come, I want to play with this team and stuff like that, I think, like he should have done that rather than, never mind, I'll go back to Paris and, be here for the next 2 3 years. I don't know for how long he signed. But yeah, man, I was definitely upset. Like I don't know why he did that. To my honest opinions, I don't think we will never know unless he actually came forward. Even though he said that he wanted to, be in Paris because he wanted to grow and win like championships with Paris Saint-Germain. But at the same time, it's like it's not enough. Like either you stay with the money or maybe you got peer pressure or or something like that. But I was definitely mad from last season, man. I was hella pissed. I was with you, man.
Yeah.
I
Oh
was
yeah.
mad.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was me too. I was mad too, and I was like, man, I know the things that they were saying that it was the pressure, I guess, from Qatar and the president from France that
Mhm.
changed his mind. I guess they're saying allegedly that he had decided to go to Madrid, and then I think PSG had a preseason in Doha, which is in
Mhm.
Qatar,
Mhm.
and that's when it all changed. Like from then on, that's when his mind like changed. So I think they
Mhm.
probably kind of pressured him into staying. So
Mhm.
I think that's probably what had happened, which it sucks. I mean, obviously in the end, I was mad too, and I was like, "Don't sign this guy. I don't care." Some people were like, "No, we don't care. We still want him." And like when PSG played Real Madrid, they were chanting his name at the Bernabeu, and like,
Mhm.
and after all that, he just says no. And you think, did he do it for the money? He was just trying to get more money
Mhm.
out of him because they gave him a lot of things. They gave him, I think, the option to choose the signings, right? So who comes and
Yeah,
goes.
like fully control, man. Not even
Yeah,
Ronaldo. Like, like that just tells you, like, like you're basically giving power to a player rather than the whole team.
yeah,
And since I was a kid, bro, like since I was playing football and everything, and I went to teams, like you cannot be bigger than the club.
yeah,
Like that's for me, from my point of view, that's a disrespect. Like that's just like literally stepping on the badge.
yeah,
Like I don't think like not even Ronaldo or Messi who play with great teams and they won so much with them. I don't think they're like on the top of the club. I think like that's how they respect on the club as well, like the legends that have played within the club in the previous years. Like I don't think that's like a good thing. And I feel like you were mentioning, I feel like maybe like he feel like he was going to have so much control of who to sign, what manager will be a good manager to uh, kind of like make them play good, I guess. But that also pissed me off a lot because like I say, like they're basically giving control to like a player rather than like trusting like this whole organization who is making this happen and making this team succeed in like domestic and European competitions. So that was another little thing that pissed me off. Like, oh, he has full control of this. Like, what the hell are you talking about, man?
yeah,
Like, that's not right.
yeah, exactly. And his salary was just ridiculous. Like it
It's
just didn't.
ridiculous, man.
Yeah, and it's like that doesn't even seem real. Like it just sounds crazy. So that's what made it worse. All that stuff, and then maybe he thought maybe he could win it, but they did worse. I think they did. They got knocked out. I think in the round of 16.
Yeah.
By us. By Real Madrid, they got knocked out. And then,
Hmm.
just like you said, sometimes having a super team isn't the best. Like if you think about it, us being Real Madrid fans, look at the Galacticos, right? They didn't win that like
Galacticos, yeah.
as much
Hmm.
as we love all those guys and they're a great team. They
Hmm.
won very little. They didn't win
Hmm.
anything. Like I'm sad to this day that Ronaldo never won his Champions League, but
Champions with Madrid, yeah.
yeah, but there was just too many big players for that team, so
Hmm.
it's just a team full of stars doesn't always work out, and you could tell in that
Yeah.
team, and
Hmm.
but yeah, so that's what happened there, and then
Yeah.
but yeah,
And I think also like ego is like a
oh yeah,
like a big thing on all players, like best players in the world, like it's for sure. And I think like Mbappe definitely, it seems like he has a big ego because I mean you're trying to create this project, right? And next year they bring Messi to it, and you're talking about one of the best players in the world, and now you have to be like, okay, calm down, because this is Messi, right? Or
Yeah.
even if he watches his idol Ronaldo, I don't know how he would have acted. Like, oh, Ronaldo's going to play with our team, but he basically like taking the spotlight
Yeah.
from him to like Messi or Ronaldo, even though they were already like in the late prime. So I think also have to be with ego, uh, when it comes to him. But I don't know, man. Like we'll see, like if it becomes true this season.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think like the president of PSG is definitely not wanting to get him for free. Just like last year, like he didn't want to give him to Real Madrid for free. Somehow they convinced him, and now that again the rumors are becoming a thing, again he doesn't want to give it him for free. It seems like he wants to get as much money from Real Madrid to actually sell him. I don't know if that was like a really messed up strategy, but it seems like that's what he wants now. Like, okay, there's these rumors coming out. Mbappe says these things in the international news or whatever. So he has until at the end of month or whatever to decide, but he's not leaving for free. When I read that, I was like, okay, man, you're just at this point you are just playing games. Like, it seems like you don't want to like get him for free when he had the opportunity to come last year, and now like again same thing. He doesn't want to renew, and I think the president also has a big like effort for him or decisions from up there. Like it seems like he's a toxic person, man.
Oh yeah, no, tell me about it. Yeah, that PSG team
Yeah,
just seems like something else. But
yeah.
yeah, but what you were saying, yeah, that's true. So fast forward, obviously this summer, all the stuff that's been coming out,
Mhm.
I've done my best. So I've done my best not to get excited, not to get duped
Mhm.
again,
Same,
because
same.
I don't want it to happen again and I get mad again.
Mhm.
So I don't know what's going on. Supposedly he sent a letter saying he's not going to renew, and I guess PSG got mad because he sent it way too early than he needed to, and then I
Mhm.
guess it went public and they didn't like it. They got mad, and now they're
Mhm.
saying the same thing where he can't go free, that we won't let him go
Mhm.
free, all this same stupid shit that they were saying the previous
Mhm.
year, and
Mhm.
who knows that his only option is to either renew or be sold, but do they actually want to
Mhm.
sell him? And I think they're saying that they want. I heard 400. Nobody's gonna pay 400. But
Yeah, and
then
man, it
yeah,
is
yeah.
crazy how much they're asking. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
crazy.
but I'm saying I've also heard like 280 or 250, but why would
Oh my
anybody
God.
pay that when you could get him for free next year, you know? But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's why like the president doesn't want it because I mean, but it's crazy, man. Like they're asking for so much money for one player.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not like maybe like 10, like 15 years ago. Like at that time when Ronaldo moved to Real Madrid was like 80 something or 90 millions, and
Yeah.
he was considered super high. And we're talking about Ronaldo, bro. He
Yeah. Oh
already won a
yeah.
Champions League. He already won the Champions League. He already have a Ballon d'Oro,
Yeah.
and he cost us like 80,
I
80
think it
something
was
or 90.
86, bro. I think it was like 86.
That's what I'm saying. And then like I get it, Mbappe is a unique player. He's definitely going to like keep winning stuff. He has a World Cup. He's probably next World Cup he's going to become the top scorer of the competition because I think he already has 12 goals in it. So I think yeah, he definitely the future. But I mean like goddamn man, like 400 million or
Like
like
250
280
or
for one
280. Yeah.
player. It's like goddamn, like who are we hiring? Like freaking like a god or something? Like
Right?
damn.
I
So
know
much
what you mean.
money.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
so much
lot.
money, man.
It's a lot,
Like,
but
damn.
then you hear so many contradicting stories though. They say right, they say that they're
Mhm.
mad at him, that they want him gone. They don't want him there. They don't want him anywhere near PSG. That they want to
Mhm.
because they don't want no one bigger than the team. That PSG
Mhm.
doesn't need Mbappe. This and that.
Mhm.
But then they're still trying to get him to renew. So it's like, which is it? This they either want him gone or they want him to renew
Mhm.
because they're on both different ends. One to stay,
Mhm.
one to leave. So what do you think?
It's a whole
Because
drama, bro.
yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but all I gotta say is that if this summer ends and he signs an extension for more money,
Mhm.
I'm just done. Like I don't want this guy.
Yeah.
I don't want this guy. Like I said that last summer, but he kind of wanted me back, and I don't know. Like
Mhm.
I think his friendship with Benzema is what won me back, maybe. But
Yeah.
yeah, like if it happens again and he resigns and all this stuff, like I don't want this guy ever again. Like for sure,
Yeah.
100% don't want him to play for Real Madrid. He's just
Yeah.
playing games just to get more money for who knows what
Hmm.
reason. I don't know about you, bro, but if they couldn't win the Champions League with Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, and then the defense that they had, with like Sergio
Hmm.
Ramos, Marquinhos,
Hmm.
Hakimi, and their midfield is like somewhat good. If they couldn't win it with those guys, what makes it think that they're gonna win it? And this year, I don't know about you, bro, but their signings and their team doesn't look as good as it used to. It looks a little
Hmm.
lackluster,
Hmm.
And Neymar's not the same as he used to be, and who knows? But I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, they definitely hire a great coach.
Yeah,
Luis Enrique is a good coach. Maybe he's one that can comes and like, hey, try to calm down the egos. Like, hey, like stop with your bullshit. Like, if we really want to win, we gotta come together. Like,
yeah,
oh, pass it to this dude, and he will finish it. Right now, like they have to come together as a team. I think Luis Enrique was a good option for PSG, but the players, I don't know. It's to see what happens. And I mean, Mbappe, like honestly, I agree. If he does that same shit again, and he doesn't come this summer, or like if he renews the extension, I think like I'm done too. Like I'm still like won't not like him to come, but it will be nice to have it.
yeah,
To give him like a second chance. Okay, man,
yeah,
last year you fucked us up, but at least now again rumors are becoming seem to be true. Shows that you want to come here, right? And when you come to our team or to Spain and Real Madrid, you gotta show to the fans like basically I won't say forgiveness, but like the fans were upset for you, man.
yeah,
They were mad. So now you gotta gain the respect back. If you come to play with us, you gotta show that to them. Like we'll be happy for you, but you gotta show up that like you made a mistake and basically apologizing.
yeah,
Like cause it was just heartbreaking, like for a lot of fans, like hey, like what happened, man? You were here already, but you just literally slap us,
yeah,
like come on, man, like you don't do that. And like if he does comes, like I'm happy for sure. What a trio, Vini, Rodrigo, and Mbappe. Woof. We're talking
yeah.
about a great attacking
Exactly.
players, and but at the same time, when if he does comes, he needs to like definitely like at least ganarse the support of the Madrid fans. Like, hey, we love that you're here, but hey, like last year was pretty fucked up. So you gotta do something so we can at least kind of like forgive you a little bit for what you did,
Yeah.
Porque si nos despreciaste, it was a little like
It
stuff
was
like that.
yeah, it was
So
embarrassing. Everybody thought he was coming, and then he made us look bad. And made us look like a
yeah,
laughing stock. Everybody was laughing at us. It was just
yeah,
embarrassing, and he just made us look bad. And he's lucky that he's the player that he is, because that saying, and I love that saying, the one that they said that
mhm,
that the
mhm,
Real Madrid train doesn't come around twice. You remember that
twice,
saying?
yeah,
Yeah, it only
yeah,
comes around once, and I love that
once.
saying because it's true.
It's
It's
true,
true. Yeah,
man.
yeah, and I love that saying.
Mhm.
So we'll see what happens. He's lucky he is who he is. Otherwise, he wouldn't get that second chance. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
now,
fingers crossed.
fingers crossed. Yeah. So one before we move on from this topic, I'm gonna give you an option, and you tell me which would you take. Okay. So
Mhm,
would you sign him now for
mhm.
like 200 mil, and he for sure will sign, and he'll lace up for the first La Liga game of the season, or next year sign him on a free, but you don't. So from here to the next year, it's just
Mhm.
anxiety, right? Because look what happened last time, right? It went all the
Mhm.
way down to
Yeah.
the wire. It was July. The transfer window was
Mhm.
about to start. His contract was about to be finished. We thought we're
Mhm.
almost there. He's gonna sign with
Mhm.
us, and then he
Mhm.
didn't. So,
Mhm.
what would you do?
Man, if he still has Florentino numbers, if he actually personally goes to Florentino and tell him, "Hey, I fucked up. Like, like I'm sorry. I still want to play with Real Madrid. Like, if he apologized to Florentino, because he feels like Florentino also got really upset to him, like or him,
Yeah,
because like he was excited to bring him, but I guess at the end, break his heart. And I think he goes to Florentino and talk to him like, hey, I did a mistake. I want to come to Real Madrid. If he say he wants to come to Real Madrid this season, I will definitely pay to bring him to our team. I don't know if I will pay the $280. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. I'll pay for him, but I don't know about the $280 that freaking president of PSG is asking. If that's the case, I would love to buy him and make it come to Real Madrid. But again, I don't know about the price range they're asking. It's too much.
Yeah.
Uh, for the other decision, if he wants to come for free, I'll say I think that's I think a better option, especially they're still asking for like 280 or $400 million. Like, might as well just wait next season, dude. And I think like I have been reading that I think like in the office, like the office or like wherever Real Madrid executives or Florentino, I think they are willing to wait for him to come next year for free. So I don't have a problem with that. At the same time, for him to see like maybe this year he won't win the Champions League again. Like you're saying,
Yeah.
maybe it won't be like a great year for him for another chance for the Ballon d'Or. So, at the same time, like had that on his mindset, like damn, I should have left Real Madrid to like or go to Real Madrid 2 years ago, and I'm
Yeah.
stuck here. So at the same time, I would like him to understand that, like, oh no, kind of like stay another year and kind of like, see if you can win anything. And, if you're willing to still come next year for free, it's about you, man. It's not about the president, the owner. It's your decision. You're the one that controls your own future. You are your own solution. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I will definitely like. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem waiting for him for another year to come for free. But if he does and talks to Florentino or like whoever is in charge of the negotiations, and he say he's willing to come, and they show that in Marca or on any like type of like newspaper that he's being in contact and willing to come, like I'll pay the price. But again, I won't pay that 280. I think that's too
Yeah.
much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what percentage do you think? What in your heart do you think that he's gonna sign this season? From
hmm
like, give me a percentage from 0% to 100%. What do you think is the chance that he signs this summer?
I mean, I'm still mad from last season, and like I said, I have a little like hopes that he may come this season. So my chances are probably say like maybe like 67%.
That's not bad.
67%, man.
You're
Yeah.
you're like in the middle of the in between and yes.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
a little my hope that he may come,
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. It's hard because he upset me and I was mad, but um, I just feel like it just depends what he does and what he says because like all the stuff that he's doing now is different than last season. He's saying he's having interviews where he's making it seem like, oh well, maybe he might not be here next season, and
hmm
that's what's making them upset. So I want to say that, but then like last season was hard, so I'm like stuck in the
hmm
middle. It's just hard to be
hmm
excited, and it's hard to
hmm
like also rule it out completely. So I want to say like 50% maybe. I'm gonna just go
hmm
down the middle, bro, and just say 50%.
50%, yeah. I mean, dude, I was about to say 50% too, dude, but I was like, it'll be nice to have him this season, but yeah, like yeah, I just have some hope and put it there. Okay, maybe 67% is kind of good, but 50%
Yeah,
is a good one too, dude. It's a
yeah,
pretty good one.
I get you.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, we'll see, man. Like we'll see that happens. We'll see what type of player he is. If he's willing to like fulfill his dream. Is that still his dream?
yeah,
If not, we're still like Beanie has been great this season. He stepped up. I think honestly, I'm so happy for him that he got number 7. And I know that's another topic we can talk
no, no,
later,
no,
but
no,
yeah.
no. It's okay. Yeah, yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, I'm happy about that too. But
hmm
so continue on about that. So what do we do about our striker situation? So every single position, every
hmm
number is taken except
hmm
9,
9,
which
yeah.
was Benzema's, and 25 now because well, we're about to get another one, I guess. So what's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Vallejo went on loan, so that's
Oh yeah,
25
yeah.
up, and then Odriozola's gonna leave soon, so that's
Mm-hmm.
another one. But as of now, we have three spots. We have one striker, and he is Jose Lu, who he's a good player. He had a good season at Espanyol, but if it comes to competing for trophies, I don't think Jose Lu is gonna cut it for us, and we only have one striker. And then we don't have
Yeah.
any other striker like Alvaro Rodriguez from the youth academy. He had a good couple games last season, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't look like he's
Yeah,
gonna be
he
promoted.
shows potential. He
Yeah,
shows potential for
he
sure.
does, but doesn't look like he's gonna be promoted. They didn't bring him
Mm-hmm.
on the tour, so it's not looking good, So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what
Or
they do.
maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign that they are trying to actually
Sign Mbappe.
hire or like sign either Mbappe or like a striker.
Yeah,
Because I know they say like there's not going to be signings, but I don't kind of want to believe
yeah,
that because it's
yeah.
come on, it's Real Madrid. We have to have like a striker, dude.
We have to
Like
have a
just a
number
look, yeah,
nine.
number nine. There you go. So yeah, man, yeah, just
Yeah,
a Lou. I think he definitely can score some goals for us. But yeah, I'll agree with you. We need it with more. So.
yeah. So one thing that someone I know gave this
Hmm.
point, and is very true. So Joselu, his entire career has been number nine, right?
Hmm.
Let's say, all right. So let's say it's you, right? Let's say you, Luis. Let's say your whole life you've been a striker, you've been number nine, and you come
Hmm.
back to your boyhood club, Real Madrid, and the number nine is available. Do
Hmm.
you ask for it? Do you take it? It being there available, would you or would you
Hmm.
not?
Damn. I feel like if I did that, my opinion is like I'm just happy that I'm playing with with my boyhood team. It's like team that I love. I'll be just happy to wear any number. To as long as I'm able to represent and play with the team, like, I'll be happy. That's my personal opinion. If I want to ask for number nine, I mean, I think I'm going to be aware of the responsibility I'm taking, especially the history of the shirt, like number nine, is like a it's no joke, right?
Yeah,
So like I'll be a little scared to ask for it for that shirt, but I'm willing to ask to see what happens, right? Like, hey, like, it seems like you're not having a striker. Can I get number nine? Or why you're not telling me about it? So I still will definitely love to ask, and maybe kind of build that legacy for myself too. Like, hey,
yeah,
if they can do it, I can do it. Why not, right? So like I can take that responsibility. I know there'll be bad times. I know they'll like whistle me or whatever, but you know, if I'm committed and I want to show that I can be a good nine or wear number nine, I'm I'm definitely up to it.
yeah.
So I
So
definitely will ask.
for the
Yeah,
number nine, yeah. So
yeah.
do you think it's a coincidence that he went with number 14? Does that make you think that maybe well,
Hmm.
not just Mbappe per se, but does that give you an idea of them signing a big striker? The fact that they have the number nine still available.
Hmm. Yeah, like I think I mean I found that really strange that then if they don't sign a striker and number nine is going to be open for the rest of the season, that's definitely strange, you know. So they may be still considering signing Mbappe or other
Other
striker
striker,
like Kane or they were talking about Richardson or yeah, the
Richarlison.
Brazilian
Yeah,
player, yeah, yeah, they were talking about him as well or Firmino. Okay, those are pretty good strikers. So I was like, I can totally understand it, but when they say like they're not going to sign anymore, I was like, what are you talking about, man? Like you had number nine, like is no one is going to use it?
yeah,
Like so it's definitely strange. It's like they're trying. I think like they're trying to sign a striker, but maybe they're trying to hide it because
yeah,
maybe it is Mbappe. Maybe it is actually Mbappe. They want to give that number to Mbappe.
yeah.
So
Because all the strikers that we have been linked to have gone somewhere else or they're linked somewhere else. So
somewhere
Firmino,
else.
yeah, Firmino, he was linked with us. They said no. He went to Saudi Arabia. Richarlison, it
Mhm.
looks like since if Kane leaves, he'll be their main striker. So I don't see him going. They
Mhm.
said Kane, but it's looking
Mhm.
like Bayern is gonna sign him.
He
It's
should just leave Tottenham, man.
he's been there too long. He honestly should.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
well, it doesn't look like we'll get him. And I guess another one was Dusan Vlahovic, but they're saying that
Mhm.
Real Madrid
Mm.
are not interested in him either. So
I heard PSG is trying to get him too.
yeah, I heard that too also, but why would they get him if they have Mbappe, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you just
Mm-hmm.
hear a lot of mixed things, but as of now, we don't have any concrete like rumblings about a striker or a number
Mm-hmm.
9, so it makes you think I'm like what's going on? Who's going to fill
Mm-hmm.
the slot? So what would you want to do cuz honestly, let's say that
Mm-hmm.
we have to wait until next season for Mbappe. What do we do for
Mm.
now? Because if we sign a player like Kane, what are we gonna do next season? Bench him? Like we can't bench a player like that. So
Yeah.
like what do we do then? In your opinion?
Mm. I feel like if it is true that we don't want to sign any strikers, and like there are full confident of like Joselu and whoever, I don't know, Rodrigo. I know Rodrigo sometimes can go up and play as a striker. And they want to use that formula. Who knows, man? They may even try to Camavinga as a striker. I know there
Oh
was
my
jokes
god,
about it, like
yeah.
Camavinga as a striker, Camavinga as
Yeah.
a goalkeeper. So we're experiments. I'm up for it. Like Carlo Ancelotti is like so interesting person when he does that.
yeah.
But if they're willing to not sign a striker and like have that confidence on Joselu and Rodrigo or other players, might as well I guess yeah, just don't sign a striker because like you say, right? Like if they decide to bring like Kane or Richardson or like any other striker of like a good good market fee and he scores goals for sure. And next year if Mbappe comes or either like it'll kind of suck to see like that striker like, oh, now you have to be in the bench because we're bringing this world star player and he needs to play. He has to play. It's not an option, right?
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, I would just like might as well just wait in that case if they don't sign a striker that is no Mbappe because I feel like if they do sign a striker and they end up benching him for next season, it's kind of will suck for him.
Yeah. It
So
definitely.
I would be mad too. Like damn, like if I like oh damn, like I scored 20 something goals this season with this team, and Real Madrid's calling on my door, and I'm going over here, and first good year whatever, but next year you bring like a player like Mbappe to the team, like that he needs to play. It's just like Messi and Ronaldo. They need to play. There's
Yeah.
no way you can bench them, Brad. So I was like, damn. So that means I'll be the sacrifice. That means I had to work even extra hard to get the confidence again, or just a spot on the 11,
Yeah.
on the 11 players. So is that what they want to do? Like I would just rather wait and I had confidence that Vinny Jr. is going to score more goals this season. I believe that Joselu can definitely help us, and I think Rodrigo also will be scoring some goals for us.
Yeah.
So I'm confident about this trio.
Okay.
So, but I mean, of course, if they want to add Mbappe, I mean,
Oh yeah.
go for it.
Of course. Yeah.
Definitely
Definitely.
even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's just hard because it
Mhm.
makes me feel like you're feeling hopeful, but I honestly, if we don't sign another
Mhm.
striker, it's gonna be
Mhm.
hard, like for us to compete in
Mhm.
all competitions.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I don't know, and but I we'll see what happens. I mean, it's still we're in July, right? We still have one more month left of the transfer window,
Mhm.
so we never know. Um,
Mhm.
But yeah, but one thing I will commend Real Madrid with is every year they always look at last year. They didn't want to sign any players. They didn't want to bring anybody in, right? And I feel like every manager always gets the blame, right? Like, oh,
Mhm.
it's your fault. But it's like you didn't want to give
Mhm.
me any players, like they've done with Ancelotti. But this year, they've signed some good players. So, all right. So they've signed
Mhm.
Bellingham. They brought back
Mhm.
Brahim. They brought back Fran, and they signed
Mhm.
Arda Guler.
Mhm.
That's everybody, right? That they brought in. Oh,
I think so.
and
Yeah.
Joselu, obviously.
Yeah. In Honolulu. Yeah.
So what do you think about those signings? And like
Mhm.
it's obvious that they're going younger, right? Because they also signed Endrick, who's coming supposedly
Oh yeah,
next
the
year.
Brazilian superstar. Yeah.
Yeah. So how
Yeah.
do you feel about those signings, and how do you feel about this season with those signings? Like, how do you feel
Mhm.
we'll do? Because they're also saying that we might play a new formation,
Mhm.
with the diamond formation. What do you think?
Mhm. Well, like every season, like every since I've been around Madrid, every time we got new players, it's exciting. Um, it does makes me happy. Like, oh, this player's coming here to play with us, and can't wait to see him play. And they're super young too, man. Like they're like not even 25 yet. We're talking about
They're not even 20.
them. Like yeah, they are like the youngest is 18, oldest probably like what 20, 21, 22. Just a little, I think is a little older,
He's
like
older,
20
yeah.
something. Yeah, but like the other players are like not even the 25, bro.
I mean, Endrick
And
is
like
like 16, bro.
16 or 17, yeah, like
Yeah,
when he comes back next year. So I think like I'm excited to see them play. We still need to see them how they will like be like getting used to the new formations or like the players around them. Um, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see them, especially Bellingham. He is definitely one of the these younger generations like great players, and I'm pretty sure he'll be one of the best in the coming years. So I think that was a really 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 like a smart decision to bring him here, and he did hesitate. He say, "Hey, I got offers for other teams, but once Real Madrid say." I need to jump in the train, right? Like you
yeah,
say.
yeah. They only comes around
Yeah, so
once.
yeah, so like I was like, oof, like the midfielder that we're going to be having like is going to be great. I think also I'm happy that Modric and Kroos will stay for like another year to kind of like mentor and be with them like,
Yeah,
hey, this is what it means to play for Real Madrid. This is what we're about, right? So I think it was smart also to keep them. So for them to kind of see like, hey, give me any advice, right? Because I'm basically going to be taking over your job for the
yeah,
next, I don't know, 10 to 9 years.
yeah.
So I'm excited for Bellingham. I think Fran Garcia definitely deserves like a chance. Like I believe like 2 years ago when he made his debut with Real Madrid. I don't know if it was 2 years ago or like a year ago, but he impressed me.
Yeah.
Like he's a great like player. Like as a defender, I think he played like kind of a half position, right? Or is it on the left
He's a left
left
back.
back? Yeah, I think he deserves a chance. I think he is a great player. I think Mendy is still like a good option. He's a great defender. I don't know why. I know there may be some controversy, like Mendy is no, but I think he actually is a good defender, Mendy. But I think Fran Garcia can definitely like make that position like hard to get or like
Yeah,
fight for. Because I think he has so much talent, and I think he definitely can take that position within the next, I don't know, this season or 2 3 years, especially since he's so young. So I'm excited for him. I think he's also like was like a smart option to get him. So I'm excited to see him play and to see if he has any chances as well. The other one was the Bulgarian or the Austria kid, right? I
which one?
cannot pronounce his name.
Out of the.
Guler, right?
I
Arda Guler or something like
I
that.
I'm not sure because there's like the two dots above the U. So
Mm,
when I see that, I think of Mueller, but he's Turkish.
Mueller,
But he's Turkish.
Turkish, yes, yes.
So Guler, maybe I'm not sure. So we'll just say
Hmm.
Guler. We'll just say
Okay,
Guler because we're not
okay.
sure.
So for him, he's 18 years old. Uh, I think he definitely will have his time to come. I think he's still pretty young. I think he reminds me to Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. got to Real Madrid when he was 18. It took him like what 2 3 years to kind of actually get used to
Yeah,
the responsibility and become better. I think he may be like Vinicius. I think he definitely has that talent. I haven't seen him play. I actually haven't even seen his highlights. I don't know him that much to be honest, so I don't know what to expect from him.
he looks
But if
pretty
Real
good so
Madrid,
far.
yeah, if Real Madrid or the managers have something on him, I will, you know, I'll go for it. I would love to see him. I would love to see him play. They're saying that he won't go on loan this season, that he is going to be staying, and
Yeah,
so if they're having that confidence in that kid, I mean, go for it. I'm excited to see him, and I feel like it may take some time for him to get used to it, but I think he has a chance to succeed on the team. I don't want him to become like like what's his name, Odgaard, like that
Odegaard.
one
Oh
that now
yeah,
he's yeah. I think like I don't want him to become the next Odgaard. I think like I would like him to succeed as well, but I feel like it may take a minute for him to get used to it, just like he did to like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo and all those younger players. So I think that's like pretty common to see as well.
Yeah.
Just for that, I think we have to have patience because
Yeah.
he's just an 18-year-old kid, and like he will have so much years to come to even get better. So
Yeah.
and okay, what was the other one? San
Um.
Garcia, we talk about Bellingham, him, and who was the other one?
So is Brahim, but
Oh, Brahim.
before you start talking about Brahim, I was gonna say
Uh-huh.
that's funny because they started quoting. So Odegaard, I feel like he had too big of an ego when he was a kid,
Mhm.
so he felt like he should be
Mhm.
starting and playing games, and that's why he
Mhm.
left. He just wasn't patient. And I guess one of the big
Mhm.
quotes that he said that people keep talking about is that it was hard to make friends at Madrid. That
Mhm.
pretty much that's how it was. But look, ever since Bellingham signed and Goulet signed, they're hanging out. They're like talking.
Yeah.
They're doing all this stuff. So it's not true, you know. Like I feel like Real
Mhm.
Madrid is a welcoming team. They're like it's like a
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like
Yeah. It's your new
yeah,
family. Yeah.
exactly. I just feel like at the time his ego was just too big and he had too much expectations. You know, like at the moment in
Mhm.
time. Like he wanted it to be in the main squad and be starting, but he was it was too soon. He was still a raw prospect, and
Yeah.
yeah, and now he plays for Arsenal. I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, he missed out. He could have been in this midfield with all these young guys. But hey,
Mhm.
I'm happy because if it meant us getting rid of Odegaard means that we get to have players like Kamavinga, Chumeni, and
Mhm.
Valverde. Like
Yeah.
I'm all for it,
Mhm.
obviously for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Um,
And I agree that you mentioned Chouameni. I don't know if I said it right, so
no, no, yeah,
I
yeah, you said it right.
apologize. I think he have a rough first season with us, but I think he can do better definitely this season. I think he's a great player. But yeah, I think last season was kind of like hard for him to get like used to the team, and at the same time he got injured. So I think that was also like a really good choice to have him come to Real Madrid. But we'll see. Yeah, I still have some hopes for him as well because Camavinga his first season was amazing. Like, oh my god, coming from the bench and
Yeah,
like literally like playing really good. I mean, he was really at the same time really impatient because he would just like tackle the players. And I get it, he's young and
yeah,
but this season I think he was really mature. He didn't get a lot of yellow cards, so he's just a great player, man. Kamavinga
yeah,
is just a great player.
definitely.
Yeah.
But so they brought back Brahim, right? But they
Uh huh.
let go Asensio. So they let Asensio walk
Hmm.
because I guess he wanted more money and he wanted more playing time. I think they matched his contract his
Hmm.
requirements, but he wanted to be guaranteed more playing time. But obviously they couldn't guarantee that.
Yeah.
They couldn't guarantee that, so they let him
Hmm.
go and they brought him Brahim. So what do you think about one Asensio signing for PSG? And
Hmm.
two, what do you think about Brahim coming back? Were you happy or upset that we let Asensio walk? And how do you feel
Hmm.
about Brahim taking his place essentially? Because they're kind of similar.
Hmm.
They're both Cam's right wingers. They're both Cam right wingers.
Hmm. So for Asensio, I think he definitely had a tough, you know, uh, seasons, especially when you had like Ronaldo, Benzema, and like Bell playing those positions. I think for me it was kind of hard for me to see him on the like as a starter on this lineup,
Yeah.
and like especially he still give us some great goals, like beautiful goals. Like he did pretty good things. Like he was really good to us. But I think like again him being on the same lineup as Ronaldo, Benzema, Mbappe. Mbappe. Ya me estoy saltando, bro. Bell.
It's okay, bro. You're
Yeah,
como se dice? You're predicting the future. It's okay. You're just
right.
fine. There you go.
I wish, but yeah, I feel like yeah, like at the same time when he was here the last previous seasons and he was still fighting for like a spot on the right wing. At the end, I feel like he didn't convince. It seems like the coaches didn't sign him like, oh, you're going to be my started, you know, 11 lineup. I think he didn't convince, even though he still gave us like great goals and great assists, like, but I think at the end he couldn't convince the coaches to like, hey, you need to stay here. You have my full confidence and stuff like that. Because at the same time, he also was having the same problem with Rodrigo this season. Because at some points, like Rodrigo was like the main right wing, right? Like I think he was playing more in the right wing than
Yeah,
Asensio.
yeah, he
Maybe that's
was.
just me. I'm not great, but I think he was, and
Yeah,
maybe with Asensio is pretty young. I'm pretty sure he's still in what 27, 28.
Asensio, I
Um,
think yeah, he's like I think around 25 to 27. I might be wrong.
yeah. So I think I guess it was a good decision for him to go if he wanted to play more. Because I feel like at the end of the day, like I guess he couldn't, maybe he didn't have the confidence of the coaches for him to like have like a start on the lineup. So I mean, of course, I got a little sad when he left, but at the same time, you had your chance, right?
Yeah,
You had your chance, and yes, it sucked that you were like in a lineup when there was like prime Ronaldo, prime like Benzema, and prime like Bell, and even Isco, bro.
yeah, oh
Isco was
yeah, for
literally,
sure.
yeah, Isco like was taking the right win when Asensio was with us. So it's like, you had your chance, and we thank you for it. Like we're happy that you were here with us. You won trophies with us. You gave beautiful goals, especially those with Barcelona. They were amazing.
Yeah,
Um, and we definitely will miss you. But I think like yeah, it was time to move on. And I'm pretty sure he felt the same way. And yeah, I mean, going to PSG. I mean, I wish he should have gone to PSG.
yeah.
But maybe, like you mentioned, maybe it was the money. Because I mean, if we know that PSG will give you the bucks, they'll
Oh
give you
yeah,
the bucks.
of course.
So I think like he definitely like maybe did it for the money, like have secure. I would love him to go to the Premier League, or even like Serie A, but he shows PSG, so we'll see how he does over there, and I hope he can plays constantly because I
Yeah,
know now you have Mbappe and Neymar and
I think he's a starting
you
right wing
know
because I think he's taking Messi's spot. I think if I'm not wrong,
yeah.
I think so.
So yeah, I mean we'll see. I'm happy for his new journey, but yeah. And now with Brahim, I think
So wait. So
uh
before you go
yeah.
into it, I was gonna say, so when the season ended, they were saying that he
Mhm.
really wanted to stay at
Mhm.
AC Milan. So when I see that, it makes me think
Mhm.
I'm just like, well, he wants
Mhm.
to stay, so he doesn't want to come. Are we forcing
Mhm.
him to come back? Like, what do you think about
Mhm.
that? Like him wanting to stay, and then we brought him back.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, bro, I'm surprised they even brought him. Like, I think he was good in Milan and AC Milan. I think, on my opinion, I think he should have stayed. Um, but I don't have a problem with him coming back to us. I think like if he did say that he wanted to stay in AS Milan, or maybe wanted to have a new challenge, which is coming to Real Madrid again, and you know that you're going to be fighting for that, right? You know that Rodrigo this season was really good. Even Valverde in that position has been playing it for like couple of games.
Yeah,
So I mean, it will be tough. I think he will have like a also like a tough time. I mean, he has the talent. He's a great player, but I think he'll try to fight for that spot, just like Asensio was trying to. Um, I want to see Ancelotti's confidence to see if he's willing to have, you know, him as a starter lineup to see if he can actually take that leadership. Like, oh, I come here to compete, so I can compete with Rodrigo for that position. But at the same time, like, I'm surprised that they brought him back. You
yeah,
know. That's my opinion on him. Like I know I saw some of the highlights and some of the games when he was in AC Milan. He's really good. He's really good.
yeah,
But like I still have my like why like
yeah,
Rodrigo can kind of do the same thing too.
yeah.
Like like he's really good, and I mean Valverde can play that position. I'm not surprised if Camavinga too is trying to play that position.
The right wing.
So yeah, for that for Brahim Diaz, I'm kind of like okay, it's like interesting for me. I was like okay, let's see how things work.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Hmm.
right about that. I was thinking at first because you remember Morata that they brought him back just to sell him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was
So I
like,
mean, damn man.
yeah, I don't know. It felt like maybe that because he didn't want to come back, and then his last
Hmm.
stint wasn't the best. So You just don't
Yeah,
want to bring a player that doesn't want to come back. Like Morata didn't want to come
yeah.
back. Remember when he was at
Hmm.
Juve, he was happy and he didn't
Yeah,
want to come
I
back.
think he should have stayed in Juve too. Yeah, he
Yeah,
should have come back, but oh
oh
well.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, yeah, but it is what it is. But yeah. So it's exciting. Like I'm excited. I'm hopeful that
Hmm.
we'll have a good season. Like I was a little uneasy because I'm like, what are we gonna do? Like we lost Benzema, and then we need a lot of
Hmm.
reinforcements, and I don't know what we're gonna do. But they've done well. They brought in a
Hmm.
bunch of players. And
Hmm.
I feel like
Yeah,
I think they'll do good this season. So I'm excited about that. See how they'll
yeah.
do. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, same man. I'm looking forward to it, and same with the new players or the ones that are coming back. Like the good thing about it is that the players that are coming back, like Brahim and Fran Garcia, this will be a good opportunity to have like a healthy competition on those
yeah,
positions. So, like any other sports, like you'll try to do your best to demonstrate like you need to or you want to have this position, right?
yeah,
You gotta show that hunger to the coach. So I think like I hope like they show that like Fran Garcia and Brahim Diaz that hey, we came to Real Madrid to gain our spot. We know there's players in there that they're really good and top class and stuff like that. So it will be good to have like a healthy competition with those positions,
yeah,
and we may see like great performance by them if they had that chance and to show us as well.
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, so one thing about Arda Güler that's been coming out is that he has had that Ronaldo mentality. I guess
Hmm.
supposedly every day he's the first one there and he's the last one
Oh,
to leave.
awesome! Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah, he's the first one to
Okay.
cut to. He's the first one for training and he's the last one to leave. So
Wow.
he reminds me of Ronaldo. Remember when he used to do that all the time?
Yeah,
And
yeah. I'm
I
pretty sure he still might do it.
Yeah, and then also Arda Güler cut his vacation short. So I don't know if you know, but they presented him, and then I think the very next day he was in training.
Mhm.
Like he cut his
Mhm.
vacation, he just went straight to training, and then he
Mhm.
went from
Mhm.
there.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't know that, man. So he's actually showing that commitment that he's like he wants to be taken serious. That's awesome, man. You're talking about an 18-year-old kid with that mentality. That tells you he wants to grow. He doesn't want to mess around, right?
Yeah,
He wants to become a legend in the club. So if it is true, like, oh, I can't wait to see it. At the same time, like, if they're not willing to give him a loan and they're confident that he can stay and see how he does, like, I'm willing to see him.
yeah,
So
and
yeah, but yeah, that's a good fact.
yeah, I think he's the one that doesn't want to go on loan. I think he said like,
Mhm.
no, I'm not gonna go on loan or anything like that. I think that's what it was.
All right, all right. I hear you. I hear you, man.
Yeah. Um, so to like end off, we got. I'll say like two more things, and then I'll
Yeah.
ask like to end off. I'm gonna
Hmm.
ask Luis some questions and see his opinions, but I'm gonna go off these last two topics. So, all right. So you
Hmm.
had mentioned that Vinny and Rodrigo are our new number 7 and number
Oh
11.
yeah,
So how do
yeah.
you feel about that? So are you excited or how do you feel?
I'm excited. I think I think I'm pretty sure you're familiar too. Like when they got to Real Madrid, we got the chance to see them. Oh, for these like Brazilian superstars that everyone's talking about,
Yeah.
right? The new generation of football. So I'm happy for both of them. When Beanie or at first I thought it was like a Photoshop. I was like, no way. They're giving number 7 to Vinny Jr. No way, man.
Yeah.
And I think it's so great, man. Because I mean, number 7, man. Like goes to Raúl, to like Ronaldo, Butragueño. And I think there's
Yeah.
another great legend of Real Madrid who wear number 7. Like I think for him to wear that, I think he demonstrated last season that he can be a leader, and he will be a leader.
Oh yeah.
I think he definitely deserved that the chance to wear that number, and also as a person of color, man. Like I don't like number 7. You have all see like pretty much Europeans have wear that shirt, that historic shirt, and not to give it to like a Hispanic man or Latino man. And to see that he will continue that legacy is also amazing. That's my opinion as well.
Yeah.
I know I'm like bringing a little topic about race and stuff, but
Oh yeah.
like I'm happy. I'm happy for Vinny Jr. I think like, he'll do great on that jersey as well with Rodrigo, man. I think he deserves it too. I mean, last season what he did for
Oh
us.
yeah,
Like, then
definitely.
scoring those like last minute goals and like, oh my God, that kid has so much heart. That kid, I think honestly, like he can be maybe at the same level as Vinny Jr. or probably even more. Because
Yeah,
he's so smart, man. He's so mature for his age. I'm not saying that Vinny Jr. is not, but damn, this kid is something else.
yeah,
And I think he wearing that shirt as well, like it's just going to give him even more like inspiration. Same with Vinny Jr. Like, it's going to give them inspiration. Like, oh my God, we have these Legends T-shirts. What do we do about it, man? What are you talking about? Go in there, score some goals, and give like have fun and win some championships for us, please.
yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for them, and I'm pretty happy too about it. So.
Yeah. I was excited too. I didn't want to get a Vinny jersey or Rodrigo because I knew that they were gonna
Mm,
stay with those numbers. I'm like, there's no way that they'll be those numbers forever, you know. So,
yeah,
so I was like, I was waiting
yeah,
because I knew it was gonna happen. So anybody
yeah.
that got I don't what were their old numbers? Vinny was 20. What
Mm-hmm.
was Rodrigo? 21?
20. Rodrigo
21?
was 21,
22?
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 21,
Whoever got well, I think they announced them before they got the new jerseys, right? Did they
Yeah,
announce?
they announced it, yeah, before.
Oh, okay.
I think they did.
Yeah, because I was gonna say
I mean, I hope.
whoever got a number 20 or 21 Vinny and Rodrigo jersey, I'm sorry to you guys.
Yeah, right? The last minute, But
Man,
yeah, man, like it's great. Like, I honestly wasn't expecting for Vinny Jr. get number 7. Because I know Hazard left. Oh my God, Hazard is another topic. I feel so bad for that dude
oh
because
my god, me
uh,
too.
like it sucks so much. Like I think like he could have he was going to show us what he did with Chelsea, man. But that freaking injured man, that
I
freaking injured
know.
from his own freaking
Countryman,
teammate from
yeah.
Belgium is like. But I feel bad for like Hazard,
I
man. But again,
know.
that's another topic that we can talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But I wish that could have happened and we could have seen his magic. I mean, it's cool that he stayed with us and he won trophies with us, but oh my God, I can imagine how he feel like, man,
yeah.
like all these dangers, I don't have the confidence again. I'm mentally like not there, like. But I mean, I was surprised when they gave Benny Jr. The T-shirt. I was like, whoa! Like I thought, honestly, if we got Mbappe, I thought they were going to give it to Mbappe.
Yeah.
I thought they were waiting to like give it to Mbappe. But honestly, when they pulled that move to give it to Benny Jr., I was like, oh shit is going on, man. They're trusting Benny Jr. too. We're number 7, man.
Yeah.
Like holy shit, right? Like they're no joking about it. So you know,
Yeah.
so I'm happy for both of them.
So I guess allegedly, I'm not sure if it's how official or like real it is, but I guess they're saying that Vinny asked for the number 7, that he asked
Oh,
for it. So, but
oh
I
wow.
mean, but asking and being giving it are two different things, you know? Because I'm like, if you
Mm-hmm.
ask for it, they're like, no, but they gave it to him, you know, because they trusted
Ah,
in Vinny, you know. Yeah, I had heard,
hell yeah.
I had read something that he had asked for it, that he wanted. He's like, can I have the number 7?
Well, that shows you what type of personality and character he has. If
Yeah,
he's willing to ask for it and he's willing to like hey, I want to have this. I can make my own a story, my own legend in here with this number. So wow,
yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny because I wasn't gonna talk about it, but you mentioned it. But it's kind of funny. But about the Hazard
Uh
thing. So one
huh.
of my
Uh
favorite players of all
huh.
time that came from the Real Madrid academy that was so
Mm-hmm.
good for us, and he got injured. To this day, bro, I get so sad when I see highlights because
Let me guess. Is it Jesse?
yes, it breaks my heart, bro.
I know,
Every
man.
time he was
That
gonna
freaking
be the
ACL,
next
man.
thing. I know that injury ruined him. He was so good. He was like one of my
Yeah.
favorite players back then. That was the
Yeah.
2014 season when they had just signed Bell. Oh
Hell.
man, I was
He was definitely like in competition on that position too, because he
yeah,
was really good, man.
he
Even Ronaldo
was.
was like, damn, who is this kid?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly, man. And then he just never was
But
the
damn.
same. And then he bounced around. You know, he went to PSG, and then he came back to
Mm-hmm.
his hometown club, Las Palmas. And then last
Mm-hmm.
time, I think he was playing for like a lower division, like in some country. I
Yeah.
don't know
It's
where, but
sad, man.
it's sad. It's unfortunate. Like injuries suck, man. They just ruin a lot of good players that could have been.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just you just
Yep.
never know.
No, man, I totally agree with you. Like he say Hazard, like what it's like the question, what if? What
Yeah,
if?
what if? Yeah,
The
oh
million
man,
question, what
the
if?
$1 million
God damn it.
question. know it's sad,
Yeah.
but well, like, okay, so last question to end off. So
Mhm.
okay, so Ancelotti is rumored
Mhm.
to be on his last year.
Mhm.
What do
I
you?
heard the rumors.
Yeah. So if it's true and he walks, who do you want to replace him?
All right. I've been thinking a lot about this. That's funny that you ask it because like I've been thinking like Ancelotti for sure is going to leave for Brazil to coach him, and who I would love to bring back to Real Madrid. People are like, oh, Zidane, and it's like I don't have a problem, but honestly, bro, maybe a lot of y'all don't like it, but I'm so down to bring him back. I want Mourinho back.
Ooh, okay.
I would love Mourinho back, man. Like honestly, I know he has a lot of controversy too when he was in Real Madrid, but honestly, I
uh,
think he deserves a Champions League with Real Madrid, man. He
yeah,
deserves a Champions League with us. I would love to have him back as a coach. Uh, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. But there's supposedly rumors about it too, but I don't know if again, they're just rumors, but
yeah,
that's my opinion. I would love to have like a Mourinho back to Real Madrid. He basically like say that Benzema was going to become one of the best strikers in the planet. He gave him confidence, right? Like
yeah.
like he believed in him. He brought Modric. We all know that Modric is
Oh,
now
yeah,
a legend of the club.
of
So
course.
he literally like competed with the best Barcelona, of the
Of
years
all
too.
time,
So
yeah, of all time, I
like
feel.
he stepped up, right? Like so I think he deserves like a second chance. I
Yeah,
think he deserves that respect of the fans like, hey, let's talk about Mourinho, right? Like let's bring him back. I think he's a great coach, one of the best. I know he has his issues for sure, like with players and getting in trouble, but I think that's his character, right?
yeah,
I don't know how he is now. Like I know when he was in Manchester and Tottenham, he had like still some issues with players, but I don't know. I think with Roma, he did pretty good. I think it seemed like he was really proud to actually become their coach. So honestly, I'm down to see Mourinho back, bro.
yeah.
Like
Uh,
2.0, 2.5.
2.5. I like that. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I like Mourinho, but he made me mad when he benched
Hmm.
Casillas for Diego Valdez,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then
That was a big controversy, bro.
oh my god, that to this day
Yep,
I'm still mad
yep.
because after that Casillas was like never the same. And he was
Mhm,
always on the bench, and from there he lost his starting spot, and then that's
mhm.
what ended up him being kicked out. I don't know
Yep,
about you, bro,
yep.
but that interview with him crying just breaks my heart.
No, yeah,
I
yeah. No,
hate
I
that,
mean,
man. I hate it.
no. Like I feel like that's another thing with Real Madrid. Like when it comes to say goodbye to their players,
Yeah.
like they don't say actually goodbye as much
No, they don't.
as we would love to see like a really well farewell goodbye. Like you saw Raul too when he left.
Oh
Like
my
Raul was
god.
crying too,
Yeah.
man. You're talking about Raul, man, and
Yeah.
like then
Uh,
Casillas and then Ramos too. Like and even
Marcelo.
Ronaldo didn't even yeah Marcelo
Yeah.
Ronaldo didn't even get like a farewell, bro.
No, he
So I was like,
didn't.
what the
No.
hell? Like what the hell,
I
right?
know.
So I try to understand that. I think like when Casillas that and the whole issue with Mourinho, like that was like I agree that made me mad too because I mean, dude, it's Casillas, man. Like what are
Yeah.
you talking about?
One
Like
of the
what are you
greatest
trying to prove,
goalkeepers.
right? Like what are you trying to prove? But yeah, I mean, I understand your madness towards him
Yeah,
when he did that to him.
but he is a good coach, so I wouldn't mind him. But if I
Hmm.
would say if we can't get Zidane, because I feel like he's had three stints
Hmm.
now. Maybe it's
Hmm.
not good for him to come back. I think he's waiting for that France national team.
Yeah, I think he wants to. I think he wants to definitely be the national team's
Yeah,
coach.
and
Hmm.
I'm still mad that they resigned Deschamps. I don't think they should have done that. But what do
Oh
I
well,
know? What do I know?
yeah, I mean, a lot of people thought it was his last season or his last year
I hope
after this
so.
World Cup, but I guess
Yeah,
not. We'll
because
see.
yeah, if Zidane would have took the spot, I feel like Benzema wouldn't have retired. I feel like he would have stayed in the team.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
feel like
because
he
I
would have
mean, oh
stayed.
yeah, the Shams didn't like Benzema at all, man.
No, he just never liked him, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's he took it personal, and that I
Hmm.
mean, when you think about it, when you're filling out the sheet, right, for like players, Benzema is one of the best players, of all time, to
Mm-hmm.
not want him in your squad is just crazy. Like you'd
Mm-hmm.
have to be stupid to not want
Crazy,
him.
man.
Yeah,
Hella
crazy,
crazy.
crazy. But it is what it is. But I would say
Mm-hmm.
Xavi Alonso,
Ooh.
because
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
he's doing
Yeah,
really.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying?
No, no, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
okay,
ahead.
okay.
Sorry.
No, no, it's okay. He's been doing really good with Bayer Leverkusen, and
Mm-hmm.
he really like flipped them around. I guess they were like towards the bottom of the table, and in the end they ended
Mm-hmm.
towards the top, and they almost went on to win the Europa League. They got knocked out in the
Mm-hmm.
semis, but they had a good run, and he did very good with them. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be
Yeah.
great to have him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that definitely will be an option too. Give it a chance to direct Real Madrid. I mean, even Raul, man.
Yeah, of
Raul
course.
is so
Yeah,
down to like come and like manager. So
yeah,
that's another chance for next year.
yeah.
Like, but yeah, Javi Alonso, like he surprised everyone by doing that to Leverkusen. I was like, oh damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he made them a really competitive team.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong about that. I did like Raul, but I was a little upset that I don't know if you saw. Did you see that Castilla lost in the final to get promoted to the Segunda Division?
No, I
I don't
did
know.
not, dude.
Yeah, they made it to the final. So the
Damn.
third division is so hard to get up because in order for you to get automatic promotion, you need to win.
Mhm.
You need to like win your league. So there's two leagues, and
Mhm.
I don't know if it's like A and B or North or South, but basically you have to win
Mhm.
your league. You have to get first
Mhm.
to get automatically promoted. And if not, you have to go into a playoff where you play. I think you play 4 games, I believe,
Mhm.
and the last two, I'm not sure if all of them were 2 legs, but I think they might
Mhm.
be. So you essentially play
Mhm.
like let's say like 8 games, and then that's how you
Mhm.
go up, and the last game decides it. And they made it all the way to the end, and they lost. So I was very sad and heartbroken because it would have been great to
Damn.
see them in the second division, where they'd be able to
Yeah.
fully like grow their youth in that division, because it's a much
Yeah.
more competitive one. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I'm just like,
Damn.
man. But Raul did wonders for them, so I can't be mad. I'm just sad, because it would have been great to see them in the second division again.
Second division, yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean, hopefully, yeah, maybe hopefully this season
yeah.
they do really good.
I don't know, bro. It's not looking good. I don't know if you knew, but they sold one of their youth players for 3 million to Celta Vigo. His name is Carlos Dotor. They sold him for 3 million.
Oh, I think I just saw it today.
Yeah, yeah. He got announced today, and I guess
Oh wow.
they're looking at selling Arribas also,
Mm.
which I'm not happy with also because he's a good player. And
Mhm.
I guess they're also looking at Rafa Marin, who's a center back that they might also
Mhm.
sell or go out on
So,
loan. Yeah, so
damn.
it's looking like that one season when I think Real Madrid won the youth UEFA Champions League. When that team, I think they ended up selling like all those guys. Like
Damn, really?
yeah, like I think part of that batch was that left back that we sold recently. Do you remember his name? He was
Left
a young
back.
guy. He went to Girona. I can't remember. Miguel Gutierrez.
Miguel. Oh
There
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
He was part of that team, and they sold like a bunch of guys. There's another guy
Uh,
they sold like to I think to Lazio, who was a center
what
back.
the
Oh,
hell?
Mario Gila. I think Mario Gila or Gila. They sold like a
Mhm.
bunch of those guys from that. So it just sucks because I feel like they don't
Mhm.
give their youth enough chance, and then like they have a
Mhm.
really good team, and they go and they do stuff, and then they're like, all right,
Tell
well,
them.
let's just sell these guys, and we'll do
Damn.
a buyback clause instead of
Yeah.
giving them a chance. But it's just kind of sad, but we'll see. I mean, they still have one. You know, Nico Pass, right? He's part of the tour. He's 18 years old.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I heard a little about that.
yeah. He's in the squad right now for the tour, so it's looking pretty good, But yeah. But okay. So to wrap it up, so I'll ask you
Mhm.
these quick questions. All right. So,
Mhm.
your favorite Real Madrid player, past and present.
Damn. All right. That's a big, big, big and difficult question. You say past and present, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So for my past, I know there may be a lot of controversy on why I'm choosing him from the past. Even though Casillas and Raúl, Roberto Carlos, definitely were like definitely one of the best players I probably saw. Um, but I probably would have to say Luis Figo.
Oh wow.
Even though, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Even though he was a Barcelona player, he gave a shit when he was in Barcelona. But I don't know, man. For some reason, the time like when I finally I have cable, and I was able to see Real Madrid play in TV with cable. When I saw him play with Real Madrid, I just like him.
Yeah.
I just like him. And no, I didn't know like he used to play with Barcelona before. I didn't know anything about this drama, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't aware who this dude was. I didn't know where he came from. I just know, oh, it's just another player they just hired,
Yeah.
or like they just. But I didn't know he was a Barcelona player. I didn't know like he gave a shit before. So I don't know. Like I found out because I watched him with Real Madrid. I also keep following him when he played with the national team in Portugal. So like, oh my God, this dude is so good, right? Like it's really good.
Yeah.
And for me, that was basically one of my favorite past players for Real Madrid. Um, even Van Nistelrooy comes really close because Van Nistelrooy, oh my God, that dude
He was really
was so
good.
great. I think that's one of the best, like, I don't know, probably signings we probably had done. Like, he was such a good player. So, but I don't know, man. There was something about Figo. I just like Figo,
That's
and
he's a great player. He's a great player, so I don't blame him.
yeah. So yeah, I would say that probably for my past. For present, oh, I mean, of course, Ronaldo. Ronaldo was, I follow him since like he was in Manchester United. I thought it was a lie when he signed out with Real Madrid. I was like, no way. So I was hella happy when like, oh my God, Ronaldo's coming to like Real Madrid. But after he left, even though when he was still in the team, I really like Cross, Tony Cross.
Cruz? Oh yeah, Tony Cruz. Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe because I'm a little biased, but when I play football, I was playing the midfield. Even though here and there I'll play as a winger, but I just like the midfield, like, and playing there, making the plays and everything, and Tony Kroos is just like, damn, that dude's no doesn't get nervous, doesn't get scared. Like I wish I had his freaking like like I don't know what can I say, like nerves of steel, because he just plays like nothing, man. It makes it look so simple.
Right.
So yeah, like for Preston, yeah, I'll say Tony Kroos is definitely like still like my favorite player for Real Madrid. He's just such a good player, and I'll be sad when he leaves.
Oh
Most
yeah.
likely, most likely next
Next season,
season.
yeah, him and
Yeah,
Mbappe.
so I'm like, oh. So,
It's just
but I mean, he has done so much, and yeah, he's definitely right now my favorite present Real Madrid player. So,
yeah. Can you believe that we signed him for 24 million?
do I know
That's like the steal of the
the
century,
the
bro.
still the century, bro? That's crazy. The Bayern
Uh,
Munich left and go
they're
pendejos.
lost. Yeah, I know, right? They didn't want
Como
to
dice,
pay him.
I know. It's like pendejos. Like let's run it
Yeah,
here.
yeah. That's their loss, man. They didn't think he was that quality of a player, and we turned out
Yeah,
to be he was.
he was. Now
Oh
he has
man.
like freaking 5 champions and oh my God, so much
Yeah,
trophies.
I know, right?
So
Okay.
yeah,
Your favorite Real Madrid memory, and
damn.
like over the years,
Over the years.
like not in
All
person,
right.
not in person. Like I know that there's this other
No,
one
yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm gonna
Just
ask you. Yeah, yeah.
watching in TV. No, man. Wow. What can I think? I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will say this. This is their favorite, but I never got a chance to see Real Madrid win a Champions League. At least in TV, and maybe I knew, in newspapers, back in 2000 and 2002, because at that time I didn't know about cable. I didn't know like like, oh, I could watch their games in there. So I never had the chance to see those finals. So the special memory that I have is definitely has to be
La
what's it called?
Decima or no?
La Decima, bro. And the funny thing, bro, is that I was going to actually to Disney World on that day
Oh wow.
because I was a senior in high school, man. So we
Yeah.
went to LA for grad night, and I was like, I can't believe the freaking final is going to be on the same Saturday that they're playing the final with Atletico. I have waited so many years to watch them fucking play a final, and I'm going to fucking Disneyland because it's my senior year. So I think it was just an amazing. And the whole ride of the bus, I was in my phone. I was watching the game,
Yeah.
and I was like nervous because oh my God, we're losing. Casillas, what did you did? Oh my God, Ronaldo is like kind of like 70% injured, and he's still playing. oh my god, guys, like what are we doing? And when they score that goal, Ramos goal, shit, I wanted to scream my lungs out in that bus, but they thought they were going to be crazy, so I just like kind of like just keep quiet and just like wave my arms and punch like a little of the seat, and it was beautiful, man. And when we got actually out of the bus and we started walking, like I stopped watching it on my phone because they have like a huge screen
Yeah.
in Disneyland, like
Oh, they
next
were
to
showing the
Disneyland.
game?
Yeah, they were
Oh,
showing the game,
wow.
so I just stood there, bro, and then I saw like Bell's goals. I
Oh,
saw Marcelo's and of course Ronaldo goals. So I was just like, oh my god, this is going to be the best day of my life. Because I just
wow.
saw they won La Decima, right? So
Yeah.
that was definitely one of my best memories that I have had of Real Madrid. I
Wow.
mean, of course, going to see them live last year, going to
Yeah.
Madrid, to Spain, to the stadium, and seeing it brought a lot of memories. But definitely La Decima was special
Yeah.
for a lot of Madridistas, and for me, it was just like I got the chance to see them finally in TV and win the Champions League, and it was amazing, man. Definitely like something that I will talk when I get older to my kids and the kids, whatever.
Yeah.
Even if they don't want to listen to me,
Now they better listen to you.
right?
Okay. And what made you support this club? So what made you
Mhm.
like this club or love this club?
I think it was my dad. Um, he didn't stop talking about Hugo Sanchez. He told me he was one of the probably the best Mexican players to ever, you know,
Like,
play for us. He talked about how many like like you not have to know about this player. Hugo Sanchez, look at him. Like he
yeah.
used to score Chilenas goals. Like he become one of the top scorers of all time in Real Madrid. He won like five Pichichis or something like that. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. So I started like like kind of like doing a little research about Hugo Sanchez, and basically like a lot of during those years, Hugo Sanchez introduced Real Madrid to Mexico, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's like a big fan base of Real Madrid in Mexico because of Hugo Sanchez.
Yeah.
Like Hugo Sanchez, like literally, like he basically suffered what Vinny Jr. is suffering right now with all this racism. They call him Indio. They call him go back to your country. But Hugo Sanchez fucking shut them the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like he demonstrated he was able to like overcome this hate right on
Yeah.
this like over here on the other side. So he brought Real Madrid to Mexico, and like when my dad was telling me about him and like how crazy and good he was, like I think that was for me to say, okay, all right, I'll take a look, and I just fall in love with it because then I learn more about the players of the '90s, and then the Galacticos, of course, like
Oh yeah.
the Zidane, the Beckham's, the Ronaldo's, the Raúl Casillas, like it was just okay. This is it. I'm a Real Madrid fan now. So since then, I'm proud to say it, man. Like I'm always been, and it's not like the kids that say, "Oh my God, you're just a Real Madrid fan because Ronaldo, they had Cristiano
Yeah.
Ronaldo." I say, like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, what are you talking about? You probably were like a Barcelona fan until like Messi left,
Right?
right? So like, shut up. I know this team since like probably you were before born or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So my dad introduced me to like the great Hugo Sanchez, and that's how like I learned about Real Madrid history, and I just keep following them.
Yeah.
I keep seeing them. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Okay, I got two more. So um
Hmm.
the Premier League or La Liga. So a lot of people obviously will probably say La Liga, but
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about it. People think of the Premier League being so competitive
Hmm.
because the top six is very competitive. But
Hmm.
you think about it, a lot of Spanish teams have made
Hmm.
it and won the Champions League and the Europa League in the last like 10 years. And if you think about it, even other
Hmm.
teams, if you remember, bro, Valencia played Madrid in the final. Deportivo La Coruña played a final.
Hmm.
Those
Hmm.
two teams, Deportivo La Coruña right now, they're in the third division. They've fallen off. They've
Hmm.
fallen hard from like obviously from grace, but they
Hmm.
made it there, you know. And then Valencia did too. Atletico made it. Real Madrid,
Hmm.
Barcelona. So and Villarreal last year almost made it to the final. So
Hmm.
all these teams are making it there, but all you can think of when it comes to the Premier League is Manchester United, City, Tottenham
Hmm.
made it that one time, Arsenal, Chelsea. That's like five
Hmm.
teams, but it's pretty much on par. But the last 10 years has been dominated by Spanish teams. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think, Premier La Liga, when it comes to it?
I mean, man, that's a question we can talk for hours.
Forever, yeah,
Like we talk,
forever.
yeah, like we're talking like about two of the best like leagues on the planet. Like I totally understand why people say that the Premier League is the best. Like I understand it. Like I mean, they have great teams. They're really competitive. They're really aggressive. They literally, it's not like, oh, did they touch you and they will mark a foul? No, they literally need to hurt you to
Yeah,
actually like. So I totally understand why they make teams. But like you say, right? Like the proof is there. The facts are there. The last 10, 15 years, it's all like Spanish teams have won European competitions. Like for some reason I don't know what is like Europe when it comes to Europe competitions. Well, we all know what Europe means to Real Madrid.
yeah.
That's our baby right there.
The kings
That's
of
like we're
Europe.
meant to. Yeah, that's what we're the kings, right? But I don't know about the other teams. Like when the Europe Champions League come into play, the Spanish teams they just you know I don't know, dude. They just come in handy, I guess, but they just know how to play. Like Sevilla was having a horrible season, like a horrible season,
Yeah, and now they're in
and
the Champions League.
somehow they fucking won the Europa League again, and
Yeah.
they're going back to the Champions League. They go back to the fucking Champions League to get kicked out, and then go back and win the
Go
fucking
ahead
Europa League.
again.
So I don't know,
uh,
like I think like the Spanish league is like maybe uh
it's
how was it
you.
underperform or not underperform
Oh,
or like or
undervalued or
undervalue,
yeah, yeah,
undervalue. Because like I feel like a lot of people think, oh no, well it's just Barcelona and Real Madrid, right? Like the
yeah,
big two teams, nothing else, right? But I feel like they don't see like when I've been watching La Liga games, bro. Like these teams play, like you see how they play when they play versus Madrid or Barcelona.
yeah,
They always go there to try to win because they know like how much it will mean to win to one of the best teams in the planet, right? Like Barcelona, Real Madrid. So they go and
yeah,
play there trying to like leave everything. So I think like they're like you say undervalued when it comes to the Spanish league. But I mean I still think yeah like the Premier League is definitely like no joke. I think for honestly if any player wants to go and test themselves, I would recommend the Premier League to get a little taste of it, then like kind of like go to La Liga or somewhere else. But I can see why people still think like La Liga I mean, the Premier League is the best.
yeah.
Like, so yeah, I mean, it's a difficult question, man. I don't want to say like either the La Premier is the best or the La Liga is the best because like I feel like those are they are probably even
Well,
in
which do
some
you
terms.
prefer? How about this? How about which do you prefer?
Hmm.
Would you What would you prefer to watch? Like we'll give
Hmm.
two even games. Would you prefer to watch Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace or
Hmm.
Elche versus Cadiz?
That's a great question. And dude, that's funny because they have asked me that question. And for some reason, I'll go with Bournemouth and the Crystal
Oh, really?
Palace.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
like so I don't know why, man. But I have seen games like that, Elche or like or stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
don't know why I would still choose like to see other
Okay.
like underdogs, from
Yeah.
the English. I guess it's because again the people talk about it so much, and you get kind of like contagious about what. I mean, let's see what they're talking about, right? Like, what are
Yeah.
they talking about all this? So I still will choose like to watch that game, but again, I still won't say like the Premier League is better than La
Better.
Liga because
Yeah.
La Liga has been dominated. Like yes, maybe this year Real Madrid didn't win it, but Sevilla still did it,
Yeah.
and at least one Spanish team still did
Yeah.
it. So like I think like La Liga and the Premier League are still kind of like the best right now when it comes to like competition, and when it comes to European, the Spaniards are killing it.
Oh
They're
yeah.
the ones that are been winning it. If it is not Real Madrid, it's Barcelona or like Sevilla.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But yeah. So last question to end off. So for I'm sure well Luis mentioned it briefly, but Luis
Hmm.
has actually been to the Santiago Bernabeu, and a lot of people say that you're not a real fan unless you go to the games, right? Which I think
Yeah.
which I think is stupid. That makes no sense because
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have to be. There's
Yeah,
fans all over the world. You can't go to the games. You may not be able to. Us in the U.S., we
yeah,
have the chance where they come. But if you're from
yeah,
another country where they don't go, unless you have the money, you can't go watch them. And that doesn't
yeah,
make you less of a fan. But yeah, so
yeah. Because I mean,
yeah. Oh,
yeah, I
but
mean, a lot of us don't have resources. But yeah, continue.
no, exactly. No, I was gonna say, describe the Bernabeu in your own words. How did it
I
feel?
mean,
How was the experience?
man, like growing in Mexico, like, I was there for 16 years, man. I never been to a actually football stadium that big. Never in my life. Never. We have a baseball team on our city in Mexicali. We have a baseball team. They call us Águilas, and that's a pretty good stadium. This is stadium, right? It's a baseball stadium. But like to go over there and to be also my first time to be in such a huge stadium like that, especially when it comes to soccer or football. Like it was just amazing, and it was kind of nice too because you know how they're doing the new remodelation of the stadium.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because I'm literally seeing the old version to the soon to be new version, right? And I'm positive that I'm going to go back and see the new version of the stadium. But I mean, it just I don't know, flabbergasted. Who
Yeah.
were to say like I say like as a kid, like I never imagined myself being in Spain and going to see my favorite team. I'm talking about a kid who grew up in the streets playing with his friends. He wouldn't have a soccer ball. We'll have like a 2 liter Pepsi or Coca-Cola bottle kicking it, right?
Yeah.
The rocks will be or basically what's he say? What is the name of it? The freaking where the goalkeepers are. I
The
lost that word.
the 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 goalie box, the net, the
Yeah, the net. There you go, the net.
okay.
So basically, we use rocks to have as our nets, right? So never in my
Yeah.
life will have me coming from el barrio or the hood, right?
Yeah.
Going to like this other side, see my team, man. Like it meant a lot to me, because like I say, like a lot of us, like you say, like it's stupid when they say, well, how can you not be you're not a Real Madrid fan, you never go to the stadium. I agree. I think it's stupid. You know, I dream about it. I dream about going. The thing I only had during that time was newspapers and like TV here and there when I was able to see them, and I imagined about it. So for a lot of us, that's not like a chance, but I think it's possible if you're committed to it. Like they say, follow your dreams, right? Like you want to do that, like follow them. And I think that's what pushed me to like one day go and be in that stadium. And it just mean a lot to me, man. Like I tell you, like when I got there, I was so happy that Bernabeu is just majestic. Like I'm talking about like legends have come playing here. Hugo Sanchez was in here, man, scaring crazy Chilenas, and like Ronaldo was here, and like it was just amazing. Um, when I got inside the stadium, it was even more beautiful. I took so
Yeah.
many photos, I took so many videos, and I can share with you too as well. It's just a unique experience,
Yeah.
and like it mean a lot. It mean a lot. It made me think about my childhood with my friends, with my family, and that's why I started crying too because I was like, oh my god, I wish they were here. I wish they were here with me and they can experience this with me. But at the same time, they are with me in some way.
Yeah.
Like they're in my thoughts, they're in my heart. Like that's why I cry, man, because I was happy. I was happy, and it meant a lot to me. And just to talk about it, I get like goosebumps because like oof, like. But it was just amazing, and yeah, I mean, I definitely want to go back. Hopefully, and maybe next time you can come with me so we can
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah, I'd love
Yeah,
that, man. I'm
yeah,
jealous you
so we
got to
can cry
see it.
together.
Right? Man,
Yeah,
I'm
but
jealous, bro. You got to see it before they remodeled it. I wanted to see it before, so I was a little sad I didn't
mhm,
get to, but it's still
yeah,
the Bernabeu through and through, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, but yeah, man, yeah, it was such a beautiful experience. But yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
great
Well,
question.
yeah, well, thank you, Luis. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast. Like I said, I've never met a Real Madrid fan as big as you. I don't really come across many people that talk about the
Hmm.
sport, so it's always nice, let alone someone that, likes the same team as much as you do. So it's great talking to you about Real Madrid and talking about this wonderful sport that we both grew up loving so much that it takes up a lot of our emotions and time and
Mm-hmm.
everything. You
Yeah.
know, we go through it.
Oh yes. It's a
Anger.
toxic relationship,
Oh
man.
yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's
Yeah.
frustration, anger, sadness, and happiness and
Yeah.
joy all in one.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
that's love, man. That's
yeah,
when you choose that team, you follow that team until you die.
definitely. That's how it
Mm.
goes. But yeah, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. And like I said, when we might do a La Liga prediction table, we'll have you come
Mm-hmm.
on and we'll have you pick your 20 teams where you think they'll end up. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so if you guys reach this point, thank you very much. Be sure to give us a 5-star rating on anywhere you get your podcast where
Mm-hmm.
there's ratings available. Thank you
Of course.
very much for watching, and we hope to see you guys next time.
All right. Thank you guys for having me.